In today's video, we'll be recapping my January fragrance tray, and I'll be sharing with you what is going on my February fragrance tray. If you're interested, then just keep watching. Hi, my name is Ayesha from simplyayesha.com. Here on YouTube, I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as I said, today is my February fragrance tray video. And before we get into my February fragrances, we will talk a little bit about the fragrances that will be leaving my tray for January. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these fragrances. So this is my January fragrance tray. I'm going to quickly go through each fragrance and let you guys know like how it worked out for me for the month. So first up is this one. This is Dulce Diablo from Narcotica. This is what I like to call my orange Tootsie Roll Pop fragrance. So it's sweet, it's boozy, it's a little bit chocolatey, it has apricot in it. It smells like Tootsie Rolls, but I happen to love it. I wore it maybe about twice this month, and I think I wore it to bed once. I wore it out during the day once when it was a little bit cooler outside, and I really enjoyed wearing it, but I think I only wore it about twice. Next up is Tobacco Lord. Now this is a fragrance that I love, but y'all, I've only worn it once this month, and it's actually today. Like today I'm filming this on the last day of January, and I'm wearing this today because I haven't worn it yet. And I mean, I feel bad about not wearing it, but it is not the type of fragrance that I wear regularly. So I'm okay with it. This is more of a date night scent. I didn't have that many date nights this month. I'll talk about another one that I just wore on a date night the other night. But yeah, this is more like a date night scent. It's a sweet, syrupy tobacco. Love this fragrance. Love the way it smells. It's one of my favorite tobacco fragrances, but I just did not really reach for it except for today. And today it's hot. So y'all know I live in Florida. And we had some cold weather, and I'm really mad that I didn't get my wear in when it was cold, because as of this week, we're back with a high temperature of 80 degrees. Okay, so I don't know, like today, I probably shouldn't be wearing this, but I wanted to wear it. So I just sprayed a little bit of this on for today, but this is not going anywhere. It'll just be going right back on my shelf. And I love it. Next up is BDK Vanilla Leather. This is a like violet, orange blossom, vanilla scent that has some leathery touches to it. It is beautiful. I really enjoy wearing this fragrance this month. I probably wore it, if I had to guess, maybe 2 to 3 times. I remember wearing it at least once at nighttime, like an in-house date night. I've worn it during the day at least once this month. Really thoroughly enjoy wearing this. And now that I've spent some time on my fragrance tray, I don't think I'll be relegating this to just the cold weather. So I think by me putting on this tray, I think I realized that I can probably wear this one year round without any issues. So again, that's Vanilla Leather from BDK. Next up is Kayali Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli. I wore this fragrance, I think maybe twice this month. This is a vanilla and patchouli scent. The vanilla in here is like sweet and kind of has that brown sugar undertone that Vanilla 28 is known for, but I don't think this one leans as gourmand as the vanilla in that fragrance. And then of course you have the patchouli, you have like some chocolatey woody tones in it. I don't know if it's oud or what, but it's a beautiful fragrance. My favorite one from Kayali, and I really enjoyed wearing it this month. Although I didn't wear it that much, I did wear it at least twice that I remember. So I really enjoy wearing it. Next up is Oud for Greatness from Initio. And this fragrance, I remember I put on the tray because I felt like I haven't used it in a long time. I really wanted to get some use out of it, but I only wore it once. Still love this fragrance, but I only wore it once. And overall, like I feel like with this fragrance tray, I really loved a lot of the fragrances that I put on here. But I think I had like too many other new fragrances I was trying this month. And also just like, I don't know, I felt like I didn't go out as much as I typically do in a month. And so I feel like I just didn't have the opportunity to wear like all my fragrances. I wore all of them, but it actually made me think that maybe I need to decrease the size of my fragrance tray again. I didn't do that for this month, but we'll see how February goes. And in February, I feel like I'm not using my fragrances on my fragrance tray. I think I will decrease the amount that's on there so that I can kind of really concentrate on the ones on there. But anyway, Oud for Greatness, still love it. It is a saffron oud beautiful, airy sweetness to it, but it has a punch to it. And I still love this. Even though I don't wear it a ton, I still love the smell of it. And when I do wear it, it feels very special. So next up is Starlight from Xerjoff, and this is a cardamom fragrance. Now this one I think I wore maybe like 3-ish times. I think this is probably my most worn on this tray. And I love this fragrance. I pulled it out for my January tray because this is more of a cold weather scent for me. Although it's not super heavy, I find it to be fall winter is what it smells like to me. And so I wanted to get some use out of it before, you know, all the cold weather was gone. And I really enjoyed using this. I remember wearing it like just around the house as a cozy scent. I wore it to bed just the other night, layered over vanilla body oil, and it was like doing what it was supposed to do. I really, really enjoyed wearing this month. And so although I feel like my dent kind of looks the same, I did use it and did enjoy wearing it. So again, that's Xerjoff Starlight. Next up is Fugazi Angel Dust Extrait, and this is kind of one of those Your Skin But Better fragrances, but it has this like woodiness to it. It has this kind of dry woodiness to it. Easy wear. I did wear this month and really enjoyed it. I got a couple compliments on it. I remember one day I wore this to my daughter's tutoring center, and I got a compliment from her teacher there. I also got a compliment from somebody at the gym. So overall, a easygoing scent, but one that apparently catches people's attention. So again, that's Fugazi Angel Dust Extrait. Next up is Sorador Red. This one I put on the tray to get to know it more, and I failed at that. Like I wore it once and I enjoyed it, but I still don't really feel like I know this fragrance. So again, I kind of feel like, you know, I don't know, the tray just wasn't working for me this month, even though I love the fragrances on it. So this is like a nutty scent. It has a sweetness to it, but it's not an extremely sweet scent. I don't know if the nut is pistachio, but that's kind of what it smells like to me, but more of the nutty pistachio, not like sweet gelato pistachio or whatever. But I did enjoy wearing it. It is a dark scent. I am thinking that instead of putting this back on the top shelf where it lives, I may kind of just stick it somewhere else for the time being that's easier for me to reach in my collection, so I can actually kind of get to know this fragrance, because I still don't really feel like I know this fragrance, even though it was on my fragrance tray for a month. So again, that's Sorador Red. Next is Amouage Overture Woman, and this fragrance I only wore once this month. However, I loved it. This is a fragrance I've loved for a long time. I don't wear it a ton, and I'm okay with that, because to me this fragrance is just really special. So I actually wore this the other night on a date night. I went to a like whiskey class and whiskey tasting, and this was my fragrance of the night, and it fit the bill perfectly. So this is a boozy scent. It has some dark fruits in there. It has apple in there as well. And then it has like a leathery touch to it that for me comes out differently just depending on the weather. I've noticed that in warmer weather, I feel like the leather comes out more, whereas in colder weather, I feel it's more boozy fruity. But either way, I love it, and I never know what I'm going to get. So I love this fragrance. I'm happy to have worn it this month. And yeah, hopefully I'll wear it again soon. And then lastly was a Ben Fume. This fragrance is a like a burning wood scent. I believe Palo Santo is a wood in here. But it's a burning woody scent that's kind of dry smelling. I think it's perfect for cold weather, especially if you're a woman. However, I feel like for a man, you could probably get away wearing this year round, especially if you work like a corporate job or something where you dress nice. I feel like this would be a like good signature scent for a man that has to actually dress up and go to work, which I feel like is very rare these days. But yeah, I only wore it one time, and I don't know, that made me feel some kind of way about it, because I was really expecting to wear this more this month, but I only wore it one time. I did enjoy wearing it, but I don't know. So it'll go back in my collection for now, but I will say that since I only wore it once, I was kind of like, am I just over this scent profile now? I don't know. So yeah, let me know if you have a Ben Fume. What do you think of it? And that was the last fragrance on the tray. So let's wipe this down real quick, and then we'll talk about my February tray. I know y'all usually see me with my little spray bottle spraying it down, but the house cleaners actually just cleaned the house the other day, and it seems that they must have cleaned the fragrance tray because it didn't really look dusty. So yeah, kudos to them, okay? So anyway, let's get our February tray going. If you've never seen one of these videos from me, I like to do categories for my fragrances, meaning that I pick out 10 fragrances that I want to wear, and then, or at least 10, and then I kind of arrange them into categories on like how they would fit in for the month. So that way I know I have a fragrance for every occasion on my tray. Also, just to let you know, I never just stick to my tray. The tray is merely a suggestion for me. The fragrances on the tray are in a spot where I see them a lot, and so I feel like if I need to like hurry up and pick a fragrance, they more so serve as an easy reach for me as opposed to just forcing myself to wear the fragrances on the tray. So let's get into February's fragrances. So the first category is my day-to-day fragrance, and for that I chose Bond No. 9 Tribeca. This is an airy, I don't know if it has saffron in here, but it has that airy sweetness similar to Baccarat Rouge. I don't think they smell the same, but it definitely has that type of vibe going where it's that airy, like smooth but kind of spicy sweetness. But then you also have notes that are warm in this fragrance, so like coffee, I think there's hazelnut or some sort of nut in here. It's a beautiful fragrance and very easy to wear in my opinion. And it still kind of gives like fall winter vibes without being heavy. The next category is my special daytime fragrance, and for that I chose Teriyaki by Lattafa. So this fragrance I got a while ago and I really enjoy it, but it sits on the top shelf of my collection and so I don't wear it that much. But to my knowledge, this is a like sweet, almost like candied like pear fragrance, I believe. But it has some woodiness to it. It has some vanilla in it. And it kind of has this darkness underneath it. So I do have a short video, a YouTube short, comparing this to La Belle from Jean Paul Gaultier and to Kayala Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. So I will link that for you all so you can kind of see my comparison. But I haven't worn this in a while and I feel like this will be a good fragrance for me to wear right now where we're kind of transitioning back into warmer weather. The next category is my bedtime / cozy scent, and this fragrance is no stranger to the internet. It is Bianco Latte, probably one of the most popular fragrances from the past 2 years. This is to me, it's a vanilla scent that smells a bit milky, but it also has a bit of like warm spice that kind of reminds me of chai spice in the background of it. I think it's a beautiful, sweet, milky vanilla fragrance. However, y'all know I kind of like fell out of love with those types of fragrances in general. Maybe not fell out of love. I just feel like they were so overdone that I just didn't reach for them much. And so recently I paired this with something and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put that on my tray next month so I can get some more use out of this fragrance because I do enjoy the way it smells. And it's just like, for me, it's the reason I don't wear it is because of the popularity, which may sound crazy to y'all. I'm not worried about other people smelling like me. It's more so that because I consume content as well as create it, it's one of those things that if I get tired of seeing something online, then I don't reach for it myself. So that's what happened to this fragrance, but we're going to put it on the tray this month and get some more use out of it because I still really enjoy the way it smells. The next category is a night out fragrance, and for that I chose Black Phantom by Kilian. This is a beautiful, dark, chocolatey, smoky, deliciously woody scent. I love this fragrance. I do think it's unisex. I know some women think it's masculine, so if this sounds like something you may like, definitely try it before you buy it. But this is one that I love, and to me it's classic Kilian. Like, it smells like a Kilian fragrance, and it's not one I wear often, so I really want to try to get some use out of it for nights out this month before it starts getting too warm. So I definitely think it's a really like sexy scent, so I can see this at a nice little intimate date night. And it's not, although it's strong, I don't feel like it's so like overly projecting that it's hard to wear. The next category is my date night in fragrance, and for that I chose Louis Prince by Christian Louboutin. Now I love this fragrance, haven't worn it in a while, but I do love the smell of it. To my remembrance, I think it smells like a creamy vanilla sandalwood type scent. It sounds very simple, and it is simple, but it's done very, very well, and there's something that just smells so luxe about this fragrance. So I wanted to put it on my tray. I recently moved it in my collection. It was like on a very high shelf. I recently moved it and I'm like, yeah, I haven't worn you in a while. So, and I love the bottle. I don't love snakes, but I do love that this snake is more of a red bottom shoe. So it's a fun time for me. So yeah, I'm happy to have this one on the tray. My next category is a gym slash clean girl scent, and for that I'm going with Vetiver Pamplemousse from Zara. This is a grapefruit scent that is just easy breezy, has a slight bit of sweetness, not too sharp. I really enjoy it. You can see I've used it quite a bit, and so yeah, this is one of those fragrances that I like to wear on walks or to the gym or something like that. So I decided to pull it out because I feel like I haven't worn it in a few months. The next category is a fragrance that I want to use up or dent, and so I'm going with Byredo Bal de Freak. So you can see I have quite the dent in it, so I think I should be able to use this up by the end of the month. I do enjoy Bal de Freak. It is a vetiver scent that kind of has this creamy, airy woodiness to it as well. It's very cozy without being heavy. However, I just feel like I've worn this fragrance a ton, and so I just don't know that I want it anymore. Like, there's nothing wrong with this fragrance. I would still recommend it. I think I'm just over it, and that's okay. So I think I want to use this up this month, and yeah, I think it'll be good for this time period of weather that we're in. It's a nice little transition scent. The next category is a brand new, never worn fragrance, and this is BDK Rouge Smoking Extrait. So I actually featured this in my most recent haul video. Now, I know you may see that dent, but that's because I bought this as a partial bottle from somebody on Mercari. And yeah, I did that because I had some Mercari money and I didn't want to pay full price for this fragrance. Just keeping it a buck, y'all. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited to wear this. It is a cherry fragrance, but it has some darker leathery undertones to it, and the cherry is not like the Tom Ford cherry. So I'm excited to get to know this fragrance this month. And then my last category is my wild card category. And for this category, I picked two fragrances that I just want to pick just because. So they don't have to fall into any category. They're just two fragrances that after I've picked my categories, I just still want to add these to my tray. And so first one is this one. It's Amouage Sunshine Man. This is a very interesting scent. It's not an easy like going scent. I feel like you kind of have to be in the mood, for me anyway, to wear this fragrance, but I do love it. So I think the star ingredient of this fragrance is Immortelle, and it gives it that bit of a floral but bready sweetness. I think there's some tobacco in here as well. There's some green notes, some herbal tones to it. And I really enjoy this fragrance. I kind of want to get to know it more. And so that's why I picked it as my wild card, because I feel like this fragrance for me kind of smells warm. However, it's also thick and strong. And so I feel like this would be a good time for me to really get to know this fragrance because, like I said, we're kind of in that transition period before it gets way too hot here. But it's still not cold either. So sun is out. I feel like this will just really play well in this type of weather. My second wild card pick is from Chris Collins, and this is Sweet Taboo. Now, I picked this up a while ago, and when I picked it up, I felt like it was just too hot to wear it, and so it is just sat in my collection. I think I've only worn this one time, and so I really want to get to know it better. It does smell really good. It's a darker scent that is woody and musky, but also kind of nutty. I don't know the notes, and I have to tell you, like I said, I haven't worn this maybe like one time, so I'm not familiar with it. So make sure you check out my description box. I'll have a link down there and that you can check out the notes, because I don't feel like I know this fragrance, and one of my goals this year is to get to know my fragrances more, and this is one that I feel like, why have I not worn you? So I think what it is that every time I look at my section with Chris Collins, I want to wear Lust. That's my favorite one from the brand, and so I just pick that one always. But I want to get to know this one because I feel like it would be something I love if I actually gave it a chance. I love it upon smell, but I just don't wear it, so that's why I picked it as my wild card. All right, y'all, so that's my tray for this month. I feel like I made some good choices, and I am interested to see how much I use the fragrances this month. And like I said, I will be evaluating that. If I don't use them a lot this month, my tray in general, I will probably cut down the number of fragrances that go on there just so I can have a more focused approach. So let me know if y'all do fragrance trays. Do you enjoy them? How do you do them? Do you just stick to your tray? Do you pick categories like me? I find it to be very interesting. So if you make fragrance tray videos either here on YouTube or on Instagram or TikTok or something, leave me a link in your comment below so I can check it out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe and turn your notification bell on so that you don't miss a video from me. Also, make sure you check out my description description box, I'll have links to all the products mentioned, including the actual fragrance tray, and any discount codes that I have available, I'll have them down there as well. Also in the description box, I'll have links to my social media, so my Instagram, my TikTok, and my website will all be listed down there as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.